back here probably between 10 and 10:30, very much like what Cash did. Sunday, of course, you know, and off Monday, and Harvey will start Tuesday. Cashner will do a inter-squad game on the backfield. Got Bundy back on Wednesday. Okay. You ask, there it is.
But Cashner's got three innings?
Mm-hmm.
Is this about as good a stretch as you've seen for Manny, especially this early in spring training? Usually his spring numbers are sub-7. He's hitting over 600 right now.
I don't know, it seems like he's had some good streaks. No, he's in a good place. You can tell he's. Glasnow had really good stuff. I mean, scratch a run off him in the first inning. Everybody had to dial it up a little bit. And they had a couple guys on the backfield throwing 97. They got a bunch of big arms over there. No, but yeah, he's swinging it well. I wouldn't say it's any better than he has in other periods. Maybe in the spring you probably know a little better than me. I don't pay that much attention to it this time of year. Unless it's real, real bad. What else?
Bundy.
Got his work in, right where he needs to be. Not there yet. He's building up some arm strength.
Was he missing with location today a little bit?
Well, stuff was not where it's going to be. Good hitters. Had a couple. I think he had 3 flares that are usually outs. There were, I think we counted 7 hits fell in today that weren't well hit. Even some fly balls that went over the fence. Tough day for pitchers. I don't know if there was.
Does Dylan have a different? A guy like Dylan, who has his first full year in rotation last year, and he's successful, very successful. Does that automatically put him here at this point in a different mindset as far as going out there every outing and being able to separate results from the way he feels?
I think so. I think so in Dylan's case, but Dylan's, you know, I don't think he ever takes anything for granted. I think he's trying to work on some things. I don't think he's ever going to get comfortable and think he's got it all figured out. He wasn't particularly happy with the outing anytime somebody crosses the plate. But I think he knows that he's going to be in our rotation. He knows where the finish line is. He's pretty mature about it. You know, you got to remind yourself sometime how young he is. But you know, we look for a little different stuff with him, making sure there's not any hangover from last year or anything. I kind of like the fact that he's building up a little bit each time out. Roger, you know, I was asking Roger what he thought. He thought he's probably 80–90%.
His next time out, do you want to see 3 or progression to 4 innings, or does it not really matter?
Yeah, he got up 3 times today. Hopefully go to 4 next time. Took him about 5 or 6 more pitches than we wanted to because the guy kept fouling balls off. I was 1 pitch away from taking him out in the middle of the bat.
The next time, is he pitching in the game or pitching back here?
Well, you tell me where are we at Wednesday? Pretty sure I think that's with us. If that's with Tampa Bay, then he'll pitch somewhere else. Should we do something with his schedule?
When you talk about where someone like him is, knowing that he's young but has the full season experience, and contrast that on the same day with Castro, who's starting a spring that's really important to him, how do you guys as coaches kind of handle the different expectations for different people at different times?
Well, I mean, each case is so different. I mean, obviously, the way you go about handling a Castro compared to a Bundy is night and day in a lot of ways. One, he's starting again, which he hasn't done in quite a while. I mean, that's the biggest thing. And you know, he showed some flashes of extended outings last year that made us think that he might have the repertoire to pitch as a starter. And not knowing what our needs were going to be, we knew potentially, obviously, going to be starting, always will be for everybody. But you know, obviously handling his different background, different experience level as a starter, but you know, they both had some time in the big leagues. It's kind of hard pressed to find a lot of similarities between the two, but I think sometimes we lose sight of how young Castro is. He's one of our youngest pitchers in camp.
What are your observations on Colby so far? He's been here a very short time and had a couple nice swings.
Just, calm, professional. There's only two guys with more Major League service time than him in this camp. I mean, you got to remind yourself sometime he's been playing over 8 years in the big leagues. It tells you how young he came up at. But, I've been listening to a lot of guys talk about what a good teammate. He seems, it's been a pretty easy fit. He doesn't take himself too seriously, and he's, you can tell he's got a plan on what he's trying to get done each day, and throw a little harder each day, run with a little more abandon each day. Each day he's trying to get, he knows, I told him when he came here, I need him to make this club if he can. And, we'll give him a chance to do that. This is what I hope happens, and it'll be up to you. So that's all I need to hear, and, he's going to run with it.
Are you able to sense, a guy like him, obviously there's going to be some eyes on him because of what happened last year, that he's really enjoying himself back on the field, and it's too early to see that kind of thing?
Peter, I'd love to be that that good a prognosticator, but I can't say I know him that well to say that. But all indications are he seems to be happy here, but we'll see. I wish I could say, oh yeah, but all the feedback I'm getting is real positive.
We heard that there may be another player here in camp somewhere.
You did?
Who
Who was your source?
Are there going to be any deletions from camp today?
I'm trying. Dan and I met after the B game and came to agreement on some names. So I think you'll see some between now and the time that tomorrow's over for sure. I'll try to get to some today, but I don't know. I'm not going to pull them out of the shower.
Well, I think every year when you go through cuts, you talk about how it's important for you to sit down with guys and, talk to them and, let them, receive and talk to you and have a message. With this many guys in camp, that's
A challenge.
still your.
It's a challenge. It's one of the things, and but it's just something we got to do. We're going to do, and some days we may not be able to get to all of them. I'm not going to rush through anything, and I want to hear from them as much as I want. There's some things I want to tell them, because I don't want a month or 2 or 3 months to pass, and all of a sudden our success depends on them being able to come up here and do something, and we didn't have those proper conversations. Not just with me, it's with whoever's responsible for their area, and I want them to know what's expected and how they get back here.
Has that always been what you've done, or is it more important now because you guys use so many people, you bring so many people up?
We've always done it. I've tried to do it my whole career, but of course years ago they used to put a pink slip in the locker and tell you to go see the GM or don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. Now it's a little bit more than that. There's so many different things with contracts and stuff, outs and things you have to think about. You're trying to get them to stay. It's just, it's important that you have that dialogue. I'm really curious to hear as much about what they have to say as what I and the coach have to say. I like to hear what they think.
How often in that process each year do you read a guy that write it? The guy just hasn't come and prepared?
No, I do that before we send them out. I had one today. I want to give them a heads up that it ain't going the way it's supposed to go. So here's, instead of, when you get cut 4 or 5 days from now, I don't want to say I told you. I'd rather give you a heads up and see if you can correct it. I'd rather get ahead of it.
You mentioned the constant need for starting pitching, and I know that will always be in Major League Baseball, but in particular, you acquired some pitchers, and of course, you're looking at Castro still as a starter. Have you talked to Mike Wright if that's affecting him at all?
No, I've talked to Mike Wright every day, but not about, hey, is this affecting you? Are you going to be able to continue to compete with somebody else here? No, that's the way it is. I mean, he knows that. It's always been that way. And very few times, I'm hoping in Mike's career he gets to the point where, like Cashner knows, he just got to prepare for the season. And But I think Mike knows what's going on, and he knows he's out of options. He knows we know he's out of options, and we know that. I think he knows that. I think he's in a pretty good place with it. That he knows this is going to kind of come to a head. I think it's kind of comforting for him to know that, you know, there's not that unknown. He's either going to be with us or somewhere else. So I think he's kind of taken some ease with that. Okay. Thank you.